Welcome back to Talkin' Tigers. I'm Rachel Whittaker. For the first time in school history, LSU opens the season with 2 straight SEC games. Saturday marks the 50th game in the LSU-Auburn rivalry. And with me to scout the matchup is LSU beat writer Jerit Roser. Jerit, good to see you.
Hey Rachel, good to see you as well.
Well, LSU is 5-1 when Leonard Fournette runs for 100 yards, which he did last week, over 150. So how content are Les Miles and the Tigers to just lean on him to be the man going forward?
I think they realize what they have in Leonard Fournette. I think they realized what they were getting in Leonard Fournette before he ever really got to LSU. And everyone in the country seemed to see it Saturday night. Twitter was kind of blowing up with fans all over the place with kind of funny takes on Leonard and how good he is. And they know he's their guy. They'll continue to get him the ball quite a bit. I don't know how often we should expect to see him get it 28 times necessarily, because that's obviously on the extremely high end for what the Tigers have done with any running back under Les.
Right, and does he want to get Darrell Williams and maybe even Darius Geis more involved? We saw Darius targeted once during the Mississippi State game.
Yeah, and I think we'll see more of Darius, if not also Nick Brossette, as the season goes on. Darrell's going to be consistently involved in the offense throughout the season. But, I mean, Leonard's going to be the guy. He's going to get a lot of carries, the most carries. I don't know that it stays up in the mid-20s, let alone upper 20s, but I mean he's going to be the leader of that group, and it's probably going to vary somewhat from game to game.
Right, he was named SEC Offensive Player of the Week after LSU's 2-point victory at Mississippi State. Now, Auburn quarterback Jeremy Johnson, he has 5 interceptions in 2 games so far, and they needed overtime to beat Jacksonville State. That would have been a monumental upset. So what makes LSU think they have the energy to pressure Johnson as well?
Well, they had better pass rush last week than they had really at any point last year, other than I guess Sam Houston State, and they've felt better about their pass rush leading into this season. So that's something they expect more of in general. And they got some positive results in the first game, and so now they get to come back home for what becomes their home opener after that cancellation 2 weeks ago, and let those guys get after Jeremy Johnson now instead of Dak Prescott. Arden Key now has a game under his belt, a good one in his college debut, and he's a guy they expect some big things from as a pass rusher as well. So he and all those freshmen, I think, the farther the season goes on, we'll see play bigger and bigger roles as they get adjusted. And Arden Key, I think, is going to be a big part of that pass rush in addition to the other guys that have started.
Right, he really made an impact against Mississippi State. Real fun to watch. I expect a lot of things from him this season as well. And right, if Jacksonville State would have pulled off a win over a top 10 team at that time, Auburn slipped to number 18. That just would have been unbelievable. But anyway, it should be a great game as we continue to lead up to the Tigers versus Tigers coming up on Saturday. And Jerit, we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Rachel.
And thanks again for watching, everyone. We'll see you Thursday.